guys. Well, it's 2:04. I guess in the interest of time, so that we can actually like meet everybody and get through. And I know I have class at 3, which I didn't realize. So we can get to our next, through the day. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our first Edible Garden Club general meeting of fall 2020. It is so nice to see some familiar faces. And some new faces too. I'm so thrilled that you guys can all be here.
I see you, Bonnie. I know you're hiding out there. I see you.
Yeah, I would say if you guys, let's see if I can make this happen now. I'm gonna share my screen so that we have some nice aesthetics my name is Alicia Papanek, obviously, as you could see from the name in my little box. I'm the president of the Edible Garden Club this semester. It's my last semester at Cal State LA as a student. So, all right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
It's like not that nice looking. I know it's not like full presentation mode. Can I make it? What happens if I do that? Is that?
Yep, that's good.
Good. Oh, yay. Okay, cool. So today we're just going to be we're going to introduce ourselves, introduce the board. We've got some awesome people that have been working tirelessly all summer to think about this semester and this club, and that have been working on the multiple initiatives that we've been spearheading. So we're just going to do a meet and greet, talk about what the plans are for the upcoming semester, talk about some of the workshops and events that we have planned, how to become a member, and then, sort of some other committees that we're hoping will form so that we can really make the most of this virtual semester. So, like I said, my name's Alicia. Here we go. Board member team, awesome. So I'm a nutritional science student. I am almost done with my master's, and I've been really focused on sustainable food systems. And last semester, many of you are familiar with this, we started this initiative to get an edible garden on campus to address food insecurity on campus. And through that process, a bunch of other things sort of came of it and bloomed from it. So yeah, that's me. I will pass it on to Rachel.
Hello. I'm a 4th-year nutritional science student. It's funny because this club, like Alicia was talking about, kind of grew from us just trying to get a garden on campus. Our initial goal was really just to we petitioned, Stephanie and I and everybody else, we petitioned, some of you probably, we nagged and harassed for signatures to try to get this shit going. I'm not kidding. You probably saw us. Okay, we were in your face, bugging you at lunch, like, hey, can you sign this, please? Because we really needed this to go down, okay? Like, are we the last CSU in the system, or one of the last 2?
We're the last one? We're the last one in Southern California.
In the CSU system to not have an edible garden. So this was a big thing for us, not just for us, but for everybody on campus that will essentially benefit from this. So we're so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. Really, many thanks.
Big time. Thanks, Rachel. Oh, unmute yourself, my dear.
Oh, I am unmuted.
Okay.
Is it work?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. So I'm the co-vice president. My name is Andrea Dominguez. My major is sociology with a concentration in inequality and diversity. And my minor is rehabilitation services. I am a senior, but I'm a transfer student as well. So shout out to all my transfer students. So I just want to say it again, as what Rachel said, it means a lot that you guys are here right now. I'm one of like the newer members coming in. I joined during the summer. And my concentration for this edible garden club, I just want to focus and do more research on my community building. I wanted to do more research in what it takes to make an edible garden. And I was also just really thinking about the food insecurity that we have on campus. So if you guys, any of you guys are interested in that area, like please hit me up. We could do some research. We could do some stuff together about that. But yeah, so just thank you guys for joining. This means so much to us. So yeah, thank you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. So great to see most of your faces right now. My name is Estefania. I am the secretary of the Edible Garden Club. I'm also a nutritional science major focusing in dietetics, hoping to get my internship, apply for internships next semester because I am a senior, woohoo, kind of, because it's kind of sad that we're not going to be able to walk because of the new the recent update that they told us that we're not going to be coming back in the spring. So it's bittersweet. But initially, the reason why I started with this club or with the initiative in the beginning of the fall semester last year was because I was taking a food justice class. And so it kind of correlated with when the SDA brought it up. Alicia, she was a part of that. And so when they came together and she was doing working on the movement to get an edible garden established on Cal State LA, I just jumped in. I was like, yes, this is something that I want to be a part of and something that I think will be very beneficial for the Cal State LA community. And I think talking about food justice, food insecurity, and we really need that right now in these tough times. So I'm really glad that everyone's here, and I'm looking forward to a great semester. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Stephanie, you were the first person that came up to me after I did my big spiel to the SDA. You were like right there, and it's been a year. You've persisted. All right, Megan, are you back? You here? Megan had about 15 minutes ago, her boss called her, and so she is very likely on the phone with her boss right now. Megan is our treasurer.
Hello.
Oh, there she is.
I'm switching. Hello.
Yes.
Welcome to my work from home station. I am still sort of on the phone with my boss, but that's okay. Hello, good to see you. I'm Megan. I'm the treasurer. That's my position. I'm an accounting major. I'm sort of a senior. I think the dates get weird after a while. I'm not really sure how long I've been here or how long I have left. But yeah, I'm excited to be joining this club. I joined, I guess, sort of in the spring. I got a DM from Alicia looking for a treasurer. She DM'd our accounting society, and I was like, yes, I love gardens. Let's do this. Yeah, I was a naturalist for a couple of years in Northern California and ran a garden there, and then decided to go back to school to get a serious career, but I'm glad to find something else that lets me find a better balance between things I actually care about and ways to make money. So that's great. I'm excited for this semester. Stephanie and I made a sign-in form for everyone just to help us keep track of who's coming to the meeting. I'm gonna put it in the chat if everyone wants to just fill it out. It's just your name and your email, so it should only take a second. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. And then last but not least, we have Ashley, who is not here with us today. She was going to ditch class to come, but then her teacher, they had a mandatory class meeting. So Ashley's not here today, but she's our social media manager. She's a junior in nutritional science. She's also been working in the nutritional counseling office. She is so wonderful and awesome, and hopefully will be with us in our next meeting. So before we move on, I'm gonna unshare my screen so that we can all be here together. And I would love to sort of hear from everybody else and get to know all of you guys that showed up. You've gotten the chance to meet us. I know some of you, but a lot of you guys are new faces. So sort of wondering if we could popcorn around, if you could say your name and your major, what year you're in, and what you love about gardening, and maybe a little bit about why you're here. Does that sound good? Cool. So I'll pick somebody and then that person can just popcorn to the next person. Does that sound good? Awesome. Okay, cool. So Ruby, do you want to start?
Hello, I'm Ruby Miguel, and my major is communications, and I'm a transfer student from SMC. Well, this is like my second year, yeah, at Cal State LA. And what I like about gardening is that, like, it's like very therapeutic, and you also get to inform people about like growing their own food. I think that's so it's so important right now, as well as any other like time. But it's just like beautiful, you know? So yeah, I guess I'll pick Ryan.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan. I'm a geoscience major, and this is my second year. I haven't gardened before, but the idea really interests me because not having to like rely on these companies whose like, their main purpose is to make money. So you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So I just want to learn how to be able to do that on my own. And I really like the idea of the edible garden on campus to be able to, help students on campus. And was there another question?
Oh, that's
No?
great.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll go with Cecilia. Sorry.
Hi, my name's Cecilia. My major is public health, and this is my fourth and most likely last year of college. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I really love gardening. I've been gardening. My parents have always gardened. They're really big on that. So I started like obviously when I was little, and have taken like in high school there was the gardening club. I was a really big part of that, and I was so excited when this club started showing up. I was like, oh, finally, because I realized there was no garden on Cal State LA, and I was so embarrassed when people would be like, oh, where's your garden? And I would have to say, we don't have one. It was embarrassing. I think I just love my favorite part about it is just seeing growth, because it's not overnight. It's really small, and like I just love when you're like slow, like you're taking care of your plants, and then all of a sudden like you have like 5 minutes spare time, and then you look at your plant and you can see like this, just see the growth because you haven't really looked at it in like a week or so, and it's just like the best feeling in the world when you see that.
Such a labor of love.
Yeah, it feels great.
And you know what? I was similar to you. I came from a community college, and we had a fantastic community garden. And I came to Cal State LA thinking, well, damn, I'm going to a university now. They must have a way better community garden. We had none. I was like, are you kidding me? I came from a community college, okay, with a community garden, and this place has nothing. Shit's gotta change.
Yeah. Next person is Anika.
Hi, my name is Anika. I'm a fourth year nutritional science major, and I love gardening for the therapeutic aspect of it. I love to see how plants grow and how the food we eat is grown from the ground into our plates. I just think it's a beautiful cycle, and I love to watch them grow. I love to be a part of the process, and I love to teach people about how important it is to grow your own food and eat whole, nutritious foods.
Oh, yeah.
You are in good company.
Yeah, no kidding.
So next person shall be, who has it gone? Chris? Is Chris gone yet? No.
No, I have not. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Fennessy. I am a master's student in the history department. This is my last year here. And I've not gardened before personally, but I know that food insecurity is such a huge problem in our community. And so I really think this is a great way of addressing that. I'm actually here at the behest of Dr. Chatterjee, the chair of the history department.
Yes.
So I'm the president of PAT, the Phi Alpha Theta, the history department's honor society.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that this would be something that, since she was helping work on the grant and things like that, that maybe we could help out with volunteers, funding, whatever else it might be. So I'm just kind of here to support as another organization on campus.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So great to have you. I'm really glad that you're here. And I'll tell once we get through these intros, I'll tell you guys all about the grant that Chris is talking about and about Choi, Dr. Chatterjee. Awesome. You want to popcorn to somebody next?
Sure. How about Michaela?
Hi everyone, my name is Michaela Marcello. I'm on my final semester of the nutritional science program, and I really like gardening because I started gardening when I was younger with my grandma. Not only that, my neighbor, he likes to give us oranges, and so I like to, by giving back, I really like to give like orange juice or like make orange recipes and share it with him because it's just a really good way to like start a community and like give back because I think it's really important.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Okay, next, Bonnie.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bonnie. I'm a fourth year nutrition manager. I really like gardening is the both like seeing it from seed, like sprout to like into the ground and all of that. So, and I'm just here to learn more about gardening.
Awesome.
Yay!
Glad to have you. You want to popcorn to somebody next, Bonnie?
Yeah, Elijah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, you sound like you're in a crowd.
Sorry, I was out eating. My name's Elijah. I'm a senior. My major is nutritional science. And I'm just joining to see what you guys are about.
Cool.
Yep, no better reason.
Basically.
Cool. Awesome. Great to have you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I can popcorn to Cecilia.
Cecilia
or she went already?
Hannah hasn't gone.
Or
Randall.
Randall? You can do Randall.
Cool. Thanks, Elijah. Hi, everyone.
You're welcome.
My name is Randall. Most people call me Randy. I heard about this club last week from Dr. Fun's class. She's doing Asian American Studies, like a food justice program.
Oh, cool.
She sent our whole class an email, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. We're doing gardening, and I actually grew up in Temecula. That's where I went to like middle school and high school, and my grandparents had some land, so I actually grew up gardening there, and I really haven't had the opportunity to do that since I moved to LA, and that back in 2008. I've done a little projects here and there, but yeah, it seemed like a good opportunity to kind of tap back in with that and meet some new people that like similar stuff.
Awesome. Awesome.
Randall, I live in Marietta. That's so weird.
No way.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of people who go to Cal State LA from like where we live.
Yeah, exactly. That's
cool.
really cool. We'll have to chat more about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll popcorn. Let me see. Did Vivi go yet?
So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
my name is Vivi. I'm a food science and tech major.
Awesome.
In year three and a half, I think. And what I like about gardening is the beauty of it, especially the fruits and the vegetables. And I just joined the club because I like to learn more about gardening and maybe learn some gardening skills.
Awesome.
And support the club.
Cool. Rad. Good to have you.
Thank you. So I guess move on next to Hannah.
Do you guys see she just popped up in the chat box? Hannah said, Hannah, is it okay if I read this? She says, hello, my name is Hannah. My major is music. I am ASI's. She said her mic isn't working. Oh, yeah. She's ASI's Environmental Affairs Commissioner. She's part of the Environmental Policy Committee. She helps to plan events relating to sustainability. She chairs the EPC, and she's always loved nature and gardening and used to work at a seed research farm. I didn't know that. We'll have to talk more about that. She says her mic isn't working and she's sorry. Thanks for coming, Hannah. Good to have you here. And then I think our last one is Itzel. Am I saying that right? Oh.
And I am, this is my last semester in Casa de Ley. I am nutritional science major. And I just joined this club because I am fascinated, into growing your own food. And I personally haven't gardened, like, I don't have a space to garden, but I joined this club to learn more about it. I have potted certain seeds in small pots here in my front porch. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this is all about.
Rad. Cool. Oh my God. What an awesome group of people. Everybody went, right? I think we heard from everyone. Yeah? Yes. Okay, sweet. I am so stoked. What a wonderful group. I so wish that we could be in person and that we were meeting at our garden space and that we were getting small sunburns and getting dirt underneath our fingernails, but that's okay. I still have dirt underneath my fingernails and I'm getting a sunburn. So all good. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen so that I don't forget anything because I forget everything. 225, okay, good. I think this is right. November to the front. Okay. Sorry guys, 1 second. Technical difficulties. This guy. Okay. Is that working?
Yeah, it looks good.
Awesome. Okay. So, yes, good. Yes. Okay, amazing. So, you guys all, it's so good to hear what you guys are sort of what the expectations are and what you're hoping to get out of this club, because it sounds like those expectations are super in line with what we hope to do. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but we will be online exclusively the entire semester. We have been, if it was up to me, we would be doing some guerrilla gardening. We would be getting together on the sly and doing workshops and volunteer and setting up volunteer activities, but we have been totally barred from doing anything like that by campus. So we are going to exist entirely virtually and hopefully have devised ways to make that work and think that it will be a fruitful, no pun intended, semester regardless of the fact that we're going to be online. So this club is really about empowering everybody to grow their own food at home, to have conversations around sustainability, around food justice, around food access, to talk about the intersectionality of history and sociology and sustainability and horticulture and biology, and how all of these things really come together in an edible garden space. That was sort of the impetus for starting this club. So as a in order to sort of navigate these thought processes and in order to navigate these ideas, we're going to be doing virtual workshops and virtual talks and have guest speakers at all of our meetings moving forward this semester. So I'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide, but I just wanted to give you guys also a garden space update. So you guys all know that we got a garden space on campus. Were you guys aware of that? So as
We
it was
have a space, we just can't do anything with it yet.
That's right.
But it's there, it's ours, it will be grown on.
Exactly. So we secured a space. Is anybody by show of hands or by an emoji or whatever living in housing this semester? No. Okay. Anybody know anybody living in housing this semester? It's mostly just freshmen, I would imagine, freshmen and sophomores. So, okay, that's all good. So we got a garden space and housing, which at first we were kind of bummed about because it's very off the beaten path. But when we found this space, it's huge. It really speaks to our mission as being able to provide food for Cal State LA students, to teach people how to grow their own food from home. I mean, we've got to be able to basically start a program of a backyard garden in housing is directly aligned with what we're trying to do. So we are, as Randall mentioned Choi Chatterjee. She's a history professor. There was a grant. So we got presidential approval in July, and then in last January, Dr. Hillstrom, who many of you know, she's a nutritional science professor, Dr. Choi Chatterjee of history, Dr. Barry Hibbs, who you may know, Ryan. I don't know if you've come across Barry Hibbs yet. And Barry Hibbs and who's the last one? Oh, Dr. Alexandra Wright, who is a biology professor, applied for a 4-year research grant to develop our garden, and they got it. So we have a small amount of money to build our garden and then to also support further projects and programs and research through this grant. So if you are interested in doing that, or you know people who are interested in doing this kind of research in any of those departments, feel free to reach out to me and I can help connect you, or we can continue to talk about that kind of stuff. So that's the garden update. I also, FYI, once I'm not a student anymore, I will be working for Cal State LA through the grant. So because of that, I'm going to start doing some gardening projects this semester there on the sort of by myself, which is very annoying. But things like we're going to plant some fruit trees. We're going to do some soil testing. What else are we going to do? We're going to start. Sorry? Oh, I thought she's just going to do that. So I will keep you guys updated on all of that stuff, and hoping that those things really help to illuminate and take away some of the barriers that I think, especially growing food in East LA, faces. So.
Oh, yeah, and it was also Chris who mentioned the grant, not Randall.
Oh, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you. You're right. Yep, thumbs up. Cool. Yeah, Choi Chatterjee is amazing. So all of those professors are amazing. So
and I do know that we're all going to be online, so it's not like we're all going to be getting to be hands-on like we want to. But since Alicia will be getting to do some small projects, there is some stuff, and we'll talk about that we can do at home, that we can do to support her and get some stuff going for her so that she can do that stuff when she's there. So we'll talk about that.
That's a great idea, actually. I mean, there are also opportunities to start planting seeds and start propagating things, so that when
making compost and collecting cardboard
yes. Okay.
All kinds of stuff we can do from home to support our garden at school.
Totally. Thanks for bringing that up, Rachel. Absolutely right.
So we don't have to feel so far removed from it.
Totally. I know. And I'm hoping to take videos and maybe do Instagram lives and things like that, so that everyone is really connected to what's going on there and is part of the process. So moving right along, and I'm sorry I'm talking a lot, but this is the sort of loose schedule for the semester. So we're hoping to do meetings every other week throughout the semester. So our general meetings will be on Wednesdays from 2 to 3, and then campus-wide events will be on Fridays from 2 to 4, so that we really hit as many people as possible. And everything will be recorded and made available, to be determined how. So in 2 weeks, does anybody know Alexis Romo of Black Thumb Farm, or has anybody heard of Black Thumb Farm? No. Okay, great. That's great. So she's going to be talking in 2 weeks. She'll be our guest speaker. She was a mentor of mine, a garden mentor of mine, when I was teaching gardening through Enrich LA. She is a fucking badass. She is a master gardener. She was a master gardener with the UC Master Gardener program. She's now started this nonprofit called Black Thumb Gardening, or Black Thumb Farm, excuse me. So she'll be with us in 2 weeks. I'm super jazzed that she's gonna be with us. And then on Friday, October 16th, we're going to be doing a campus-wide. Do you want to talk about this one, Estefania? Do you want to talk a little bit about this? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so this campus-wide composting for food justice kind of came about because during the summer, I attended a public works composting webinar, and I thought like all the information that they were given was something that all of you should be hearing. And so I reached out to the coordinators from the public works, and unfortunately they told me that through the county of Los Angeles, they weren't going to be able to offer us any, like give us any information or provide us with a webinar. But the person who is actually in charge, or who gives the information regarding composting from vermicomposting, and gives all that, all the information basically, just like the 101 from vermicomposting to the heat composting. She reached out to me and she told me that she and her husband, or her partner, they started a nonprofit organization called Armada Unified. I'm not sure if you are all familiar with that. It's relatively new, but she is mainly the one that's in charge of the gardening aspect, and then her husband Emmanuel, so it's Aaron and Emmanuel, they both do seminars and presentations for people just to teach them regarding about the aspect of composting and all the implications that go into that. And they connect it to also the food justice aspect, and how food insecurity is something that a lot of you mentioned that you are all passionate about and want to improve. So I think this would be a great event that all of you should attend, and just spread the message out that we're offering this information, and just to get as many people there just to be interested and learning. Just
awesome, Stephanie. Absolutely. Yeah. So we hope that you guys can all come, tell your friends, share it far and wide. We'll have more information on that. And then additionally, we'll be doing either a raffle or a giveaway, depending on what we can figure out with our banking situation. So keep your ears peeled for that one. And then on Wednesday, October 28th, there was somebody that I was hoping would speak. I'm not sure if she'll be able to join us, but if you guys know people also and you want to reach out, or you know people in gardening land that you think that our club could benefit from hearing, or that, specializes in one thing or another, or does anything basic, like, reach out. I know that we have a huge network amongst this group. So if somebody knows somebody that you want to hear from for October 28th, and then also for December 2nd, please reach out. And then on Wednesday, November 16th, we're going to be hearing from Amy Hongio, who, I don't know if anybody is familiar with the Sustainability Club in Little Tokyo, but she runs these bokashi composting workshops. And for members, as part of your membership fee, members will have access to these bokashi kits that we can pick up prior to the event. We'll have to figure out how to coordinate that, but bokashi composting, we'll learn about this more later, but most composting, the kind of composting that you're probably used to seeing or hearing about, is aerobic composting. So it requires oxygen, and it requires heat, and, amongst water and greens and browns, etc. Bokashi is this really neat kind of composting that is anaerobic, so it does not want any oxygen, and you can compost oil and dairy and meat and all kinds of things that we generally keep out of our hot compost. So Amy is going to be doing a workshop on that. She is so awesome. I've been to many of her workshops before, and she's super stoked to talk to all of you. So yeah, we can talk about that more later as the time gets closer, but these are our sort of, this is our loose schedule for the semester. Any questions so far before we continue? No? Thoughts? No? Okay, cool.
Maybe you guys can put it in the chat box, or
Yeah, if you have any, good call. Any thoughts or feelings or excitement, or if you're mad, you know. Yeah.
Will we, like, for the Armada Unified Nonprofit, would we get like more information on that?
Oh yeah, you mean like before or after?
Like, well, yeah, after, maybe before, well, both.
Definitely.
Before and after.
Definitely. Yep, definitely. There's going to be, we're still working on organizing it. We're sort of at the beginning phases. If you're interested in being part of organizing it, definitely reach out, because things like doing pre or post information packs or doing outreach or things like that, where I think we're all getting used to, like, how do we do outreach on the internet, like in this virtual landscape, you know? So we're definitely, since we can't be on campus and like chasing people across campus or, you know, tabling or whatever, we definitely have some limitations, but are open to sort of figuring out how to overcome those things. So thanks for the question. All right, I will pass this on to Rachel and Estefania now. And just FYI, we're at it's 2:40, but I think we're doing pretty good. We're gonna get through this. So yeah.
So we, as of yet, do not have a logo for this club. So we have put something out on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen it posted already. But we did a shout out for anybody who is interested, who has any sort of artistic ability, either freehand or digitally, whatever floats your boat. If you can come up with anything that you would think kind of encompasses our little garden, you could incorporate anything from little hints of food justice here to, you know, gardening here, butterfly gardening, whatever comes to mind when you think of our little garden. Go ahead and put that into a little logo for us and submit it. And we're going to go through them and we're going to make a little announcement. And there's some things that the winner will get. I think it's, what were the incentives? So there was membership fee was waived, correct?
Correct.
Membership was, there was also a brick. If we can ever get into our spot, I promise you will get a brick with your name engraved on it. That will have your name and it'll say that you've created our pretty little logo. There was a couple other things that I'm missing though. What were they, Estefania? Do you remember?
Oh.
Are you looking for it?
No, yeah. I was looking for the Instagram handle, but oh, there it is. Just kidding. You got it. As far as the prizes, maybe like a starter kit. I think we had in mind like a seed starter kit for just maybe an indoor garden if you guys want to start that, and then also like, yeah, seeds ranging from milkweed to start a butterfly garden, or just like micro what is it called? Microgreen. Yeah, microgreen. Sorry. Yeah, I blinked out.
Well, those on your sandwiches and your smoothies. But yeah, so I mean, we've got some fun incentives for you. So, you know, not to mention, you know, the bragging rights of this awesome logo that we get to slap all over everything for this club. So, you know.
And it's also something you can put on your resume as well. Just like,
oh, absolutely.
You were involved as you participated in the logo contest and you won. So
resume building. It's always on the mind, right? Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, we need something that is going to represent us, that we can use for a long time. And logos are hard. Like as I have a background in graphic design, and logos are not easy to create. So, you know, we know that this will take time. So we're hoping to get something get submissions before maybe by December 1st. At first we thought October, but time is moving, people's bandwidth is extended. So, and we'd also like to reach out to the graphic design and art departments at Cal State LA. And you know, and we'll announce something by the end of the semester. So hopefully we can get something that we can use for a really long time, that, you know, that represents us well. So thank you guys for doing that. Next, so Ashley was going to do this announcement, but she is hoping to gather some folks that might be interested in helping to create content for social media. So this position, or this committee, as I have been thinking about it, is really to create to create educational content for our social media account so that we can act as a resource for other students. So for example, there's fall planting guides that come out. There's information on composting, synthesizing some of the meetings that we have with our guest speakers, and learning from taking what we learned from them and putting it into digestible information that can be put, you know, that can be put on Instagram. We're just using Instagram right now, but there's probably opportunity to expand that. If you guys, I don't know if anybody follows Sustain CSUN on social media. They are, you know, their sustainability department is amazing. They have, so their social media really encompasses like everything from eco-friendly packaging to fashion to gardening, etc. But they're really good at giving tips and tricks for increasing sustainability in your own life. So sort of hoping that we can form something like this semester. Anybody who's interested in doing that, you can reach out to Ashley. Actually, where is her? I have her email address that I'm going to put in the chat.
Andrea just put it in there.
Oh,
it's in the chat.
Goddess, thank you.
She got it.
Amazing. Thanks, Andrea. So yeah, reach out to her if you're interested, or through our Instagram page, ediblegardenclub.calstatela. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, so how to join. So sorry, I'm just gonna do this. So I'm going to pass this on. So many of you guys, you know, this is our first meeting. This is our orientation meeting. This is also like our pitch meeting to you guys and to other people who are interested in joining. We got your email addresses through you filled out the Google form, which we so appreciate. If you're interested in becoming an official member, there is, so this semester, this is the form that you guys filled out. So we have, it's not listed here, I should have put this. So there's a sliding scale membership fee. So this semester, because we're not on campus and we have limited, and I'm actually hoping that this stays as part of the Edible Garden Club, from $15 to $25, depending on what you can afford. So I know that we're all in like different, you know, things are tough right now. So, and some people can afford a little bit more. Some people can't afford as much, which is totally fine and understandable. But in order for us to really build our club, to be able to build a foundation, to do projects, to bring in speakers, and to really make something that is robust, we need some money to start. So we do have club fees, and then in addition, we have membership requirements to attend at least 2 of the upcoming meetings, not including this one. So yeah, and then I'll give this to Megan to talk more about the Venmo and how to do that.
Yeah, so basically if you Fill out this form, or if you even have in the past, that's fine. I'll be sending everyone an email with follow-up, so you don't need to memorize any of this information. It'll have the amount and how to pay and all of that stuff, so don't worry. But just so you know, our primary method of collecting fees will be through Venmo, but if you need a different source to do that through, we can talk. Just reply to the email and we can find out a way. We're super flexible. Yeah, and any other concerns you have about fees or anything like that, or even the requirements, just let us know.
Awesome, thank you. Anything else from you, Estefania? Or did we hit everything?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. And that like really concludes, wow, we did it. We did this in under an hour. I love it. So we are right on schedule. So that concludes our presentation. I'm gonna stop share here and come back to the group. So any questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, inspirations?
Yeah, we would really love your ideas. Just pile them up. Ryan, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. I just had a question. Where is the garden in housing?
It's on so where Mariondale and Paseo connect. Okay, you know where the lot 5 is?
Yeah, and there's like that slope right there, kind of.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's right on the other side. There's like you can drive by, to be honest, and you should drive. If you live in the neighborhood, drive by. It's right on that hill across from lot 5. You can see Loxa, and there's some dead trees. There's a bunch of lantana, and you'll see it's a big empty area that will soon have stuff.
Yeah, I think I remember that because I lived in housing last year. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Any other questions? Does anybody think that they have time and bandwidth to get involved in some of these other projects? Or do the events and the speakers that we talked about seem interesting to you guys? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have suggestions for speakers, by all means, please let us know. If you're interested in a certain aspect of gardening, whether it be composting or butterfly garden, companion gardening, native planting, anything like that. Yeah, indoor gardening, hydroponics for God's sake. Anything that you have an idea about, shoot it to us, and we will try our best to get a speaker, or if you know somebody that is willing to be a speaker for one of our member meetings, by all means, seriously, let us know, and we'll look it up. We'll look into it.
Absolutely.
Maybe I don't know, beekeeping maybe, because you need the bees to make the plants, but also I'm thinking maybe having a bunch of bees in housing isn't the best idea, so I don't know.
Dude, we can do that. I mean, we can't have bees
right
yet, but we can.
But if we plant the right plants, I mean, they'll come anyways, and no one can tell us we can't have bees pollinating our shit. So
yeah.
I was wondering if as a club, we could have a Google sheet or something like that where we have we can all put in small business nurseries and the city they're in. This way we can visit them and go to them instead of going to Lowe's or Home Depot to buy stuff from. Not that they're bad, but still you should be supporting small business and nurseries too. Right now they need our business more than ever. So if we could, because I don't know all of them, but I'm someone might know one in one area, someone might know here, and then we could just share it, and then maybe have it on our Instagram, in the bio one day, and be oh, below are nurseries, you guys can visit anytime.
I love that idea.
Oh my gosh.
That's a great idea.
We're gonna get that started this week. That is a good idea.
Good idea.
That's a great idea.
Do you know, Cecilia, are you, I imagine that maybe you know of Artemisia Nursery. Are there what nurseries do you know of certain nurseries?
I just moved to this city a couple months ago. It's La Mirada. So I just been trying to find local nurseries, and I found some, but not super nice ones. kind of like
yeah, usually because they're small business owned, so they're not as fancy. It's like, you know, but I have small business nurseries in my area, but you guys, I'm not local, I'm Riverside. So
that's fine. If anyone ever goes to Riverside, we can have a list.
Totally. Yeah, I've got a few that I get my stuff from. Very rarely do I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great idea, Cecilia. Anybody else? I see Michaela asked about Ron Finley. Ron Finley is awesome. He is an extremely hard person to get in touch with, and is maybe if somebody knows him and he could come talk to us, that would be cool. He's tough. He's like he's like a celeb LA Gardner. So, but is rad. He's a rad dude. But I think there's also, hopefully we can, maybe eventually. Thanks for bringing.
Maybe he'll feel bad for us because we're the last garden.
Yeah, that's
being
right.
started. Oh, you poor pitiful people.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure, let me give you some expertise.
Yeah, I can say out of experience, I've worked with, I've had events that we are going to feature him at, and even people who have worked with him in the past couldn't hear back from him to get him to come to the event. So yeah. It's pretty difficult. But I can see if I still have his email somewhere to maybe help out the process.
Nice. I think that there are, Ron Finley he's so awesome. He's done so many amazing things for LA Garden World, but there are also a ton of other people that are like him that are doing similar work that I think, because we're a small club and we're local and we're getting started, there are a lot of other people who have wild expertise who are also on our level of like getting started that we can help to support and that we can create bridges between and partnerships with. So, yeah, I, you know, that's my thought on it anyway. Anybody else? Any other questions, concerns, thoughts?
I just want to say that I'm really excited for this club. Really excited.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were a little nervous because everything is so virtual and nothing is like hands-on yet, that it would deter a lot of people. But I'm really excited for the turnout that we got today. So
yeah, if there are any other people that you think would benefit from this club or would like further information on gardening or just building a community in general virtually, then that would be great. Just reach out to those people and tell them to join.
Awesome.
I mean, if we were on campus, I'm sure Estefania and I would still be harassing people.
Yo.
So I'm not joking.
I guess I had a quick thought. Okay, so when you guys said that you got the spot on campus, I was thinking that it was going to be, you know, that there's like a patch of just dirt right now where the biology building is, how there's like the two halls, and then in the middle of yeah, I thought it was going to be there, and I thought that would be perfect because it's literally just dirt right now.
Yeah,
but
we looked at that spot actually. That spot was in the running.
Yeah.
To get that spot prepared was going to cost an exorbitant amount of money, and it doesn't get full sun. So
True.
it was like space wise, it was so perfect, and where it is on campus was also perfect, and it's a total eyesore right now. But because those buildings, it's surrounded by those low buildings, it only gets direct sun at like, you know, between noon and 1:30.
Yeah, and then there's like the physical sciences building also, so like
yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of the way amazing spots that were on campus were just unusable because of either sun or, you know, just rocks. I mean, or, you know, anything. Some of those spots were just completely unusable, which sucked because they were such amazing spots.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy when you start looking around. Thanks, Stephanie. When you start looking around, we did a walkthrough on campus with like all of the administrators, the sustainability department, the facilities department, and then like probably 10 students. And we looked we walked all over campus, and when you actually start looking at Cal State LA's campus and you think like, how do we make this feasible? Like, could we actually put a learning garden here? What does it look like to put beds here, to consider the sunlight, to consider the soil, to consider security, to consider tables? You know, it really, there were so many things that we were like, oh, this would be a great space, but there's a huge tree here. Like, we can't do it here. Like, oh, this is a great space, but how much is it going to take to level the ground? Like, oh, this is a great space, but there's sprinklers here that facilities uses for whatever, or that, Shack uses for activities, or, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
it was an exhaustive process. And I think that we ended up finding the best thing, for like that we could have asked for. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, it's 1 minute to 3 o'clock. Any last comments, questions, thoughts?
I'm just like really excited for this. I'm happy that there's finally a garden in Cal State LA, even though we won't be able to use it, but it's there, and I know that it's just gonna be beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, as an alum, when you guys are all alumni, you should all come back, and you can continue to speak to this club and continue to volunteer with the club. And when you all become professionals in whatever capacity you are, like, send people our way. We'll send students your way. You know what I mean? Like, this should be lifelong connection between all of us. Gardening doesn't end, food access and food justice doesn't end because we graduate. So yeah, thrilled to have all of you. We will be following up with an email, and we'll send also the link to this video, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Email us with any questions, and thank you all for coming.
Yep.
Well,
We'll see you soon.
Bye all.
Thank you.
Bye.